big one. He's the NFL.
We are set to go. Evan McPherson to do the honors, and we are underway from Cincinnati. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25.
So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense.
And they'll be led out by a much-discussed third-rounder in last year's draft. The second-year pro out of Cincinnati, Desmond Ridder.
And you know how scouts always talk about checking all the boxes? I think this young man does exactly that when you're looking for an NFL quarterback. Proven leader. Teams went 43-6 while he was in college. Has speed, dual threat ability, and production off the charts while he was in school, and also did a nice job of limiting turnovers. When you put it all together, there's a lot to be excited about for this young quarterback.
Blue check. Yellow, line, opposite, green.
2nd and 10 now. It's Ridder.
Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in position. Every series, they have to work hard to put that first down, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
On 4th down, Corey Bojorquez gets set to punt for Cleveland. Charlie Jones deep for Cincinnati.
This is brought in at the 21. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
The Bengals offense here ready to rock and roll. Joe Burrow is the man at quarterback.
And he just continues to throw touchdown pass after touchdown pass, leading the league here down the final stretch of the year. Guys will say that the numbers and rankings, they don't matter to him very much. I don't know how much I actually believe that. Sure, he's team first. I think everyone would like to see him finish number 1, including himself.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
11 mighty, 11 mighty.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
Throwing for Chase on the crosser. He's got it.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
24 yards the gain there. Another first down as well.
Here we go.
That's good for the Cincinnati Bengals. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Here's Burrow. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
The Bengals come into this one looking for a 14th win of the year. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason. And we know that can ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? Because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the... things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Now it's Burrow. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
11 Thomas.
Now Burrow. And that is incomplete. The Browns D locked in on 3rd down. Brings up 4th. Evan McPherson out for the Bengal field goal. That's just 32 yards officially from the right hash. McPherson's kick is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense.
Here we go.
As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Ready.
First carry now for Kareem Hunt. Gets around him, and he's got this down to the 35. And they get 17 more on that one and another first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt. His 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns have answered that early field goal to take a first quarter lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And Kareem Hunt, the one to finish it off, as he did so with a touchdown run. Charlie Jones now from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Bengal offense on their way out as we look at the playoff race in the AFC. Playoff picture here, and you see they've got that number 2 spot right now. Obviously a lot to like about that and where they're at in this home stretch of the season. But that first-round home game is not guaranteed, Charles, until they lock up their division. Bottom line, win the division, stay number 2, you get a favorable game at home to begin what you hope will be a nice postseason run. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. These two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the visiting Bengals who came away with a victory in that one. So they'll look to take the season series now here at home in Cincinnati. Burrow on play action. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down at the 2. So close. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Here we go.
Mixon. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down.
Brought down just shy of the goal line. It's a good yard.
Another try for Mixon. And this time he is in. Mixon with touchdown number 29. Too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Bengals have regained the lead.
2 good drives on their first 2 possessions. Remember, the first wound up in a field goal, but we all know field goals aren't going to cut it in the NFL, so they're not going to be denied here, and they wind up punching this one into the end zone.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead is now 10-7.
Kevin McPherson, the kickoff for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown. On to kick this one away. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. Cleveland offense making their way out. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Ritter will set up to throw it. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed.
Ritter cannot escape, and they bring him down. Joseph Osai just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback.
The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Ritter. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, that's a down and distance coach is always talking about trying to avoid, isn't it?
Here we go.
I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did. Yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
11.
Again, it's Mixon. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're not doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
McPherson's kick is good.
And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7.
So the fumble recovery hadn't set up an ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. There's the versatile back, Kareem Hunt, getting set with the rest of this offense for the next drive.
Now, the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space, and just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with the run so far. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Ready.
Out of the gun, here's Ritter.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
They'll run with Hunt on second down. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Steps away to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. A give right side now to Hunt. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 84 yards rushing for him, as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Check right. Right. Yep, check pink. Blue check. Hunt, hunt.
On first down, they go right back to Hunt. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Set. Go.
They'll run again with Hunt. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and first down. Simply put, you've got to put more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They run right side with Hunt. And he spins free. Oh, now he bowls him over. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Kareem Hunt with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Browns are an extra point away from capturing the lead. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. And that flag accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick, because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. If they can continue this streak, they can very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. He will find his man Chase complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain of 32 that time.
When they needed to play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Burrow going to get this out to Boyd on the perimeter. Touchdown, Bengals! on the year. And the Bengals have yet again retaken the lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll make this a 6-point game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it.
Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. Good returns on the last drive. He hit the end zone for the second time. Good returns in this first half, really.
Yeah, good returns for his team. Really good returns for the guy. You know where I'm
fantasy
going. Darn right. Those fantasy guys who have him on their team, they're rejoicing right now, and they have a high expectation that what they've seen already, they'll continue.
You talk about fantasy like me. Why don't you just play?
I'm not good enough to play the fantasy game. I enjoy watching
You're an
you do
analyst.
it.
You're an expert.
I mean, you were a champ last year. Keep it up.
5th place.
Okay. Well, that's champ in my book.
Back to throw, Ritter.
And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. A big play that time for Cleveland. 53 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Ritter back to throw.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Still needing 10 yards. Now it's 3rd down. Here's Ritter.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed. Unable to find it.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember.
Partner, I think they saw something there. I mean, they came from the right side deliberately, and you know there's always a designated guy who goes and blocks it, but it's the rest of his teammates that get him free.
The Bengals going to take over late in this first half.
And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that.
And now off to the races down the right side.
And he's going to get this done inside the 5 before he's out of bounds.
A big play there just before halftime. 56 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Burrow looking to pass. And he's got it. And he's in for the score. And his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
He is putting in a great all-around game, Charles. He already ran one in for a score, and now they utilize him in the passing game.
And they put a lot of pressure on a defensive coordinator and defense, don't they? Because they're used to him as a runner. But it turns out he's just as dangerous as some of those receivers, and he showed it right there. You don't pay enough attention to him defensively, he makes you pay.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The Browns going to go on offense one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Someone moved. Flag is out. That's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
Here we go.
They were looking good on second down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. On 3rd and 1, it's Ritter. Is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. And we get it, no time to waste. Playoffs starting next week. We skip right over halftime and get back to the action. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. There's a look at receiver Jamar Chase as the Bengals get set to go on offense.
Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
At the 29-yard line.
11 mighty.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Buying time to it, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Za'Darius Smith coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. The Bengals bring out their punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. 35 yards that time on the punt, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out, and now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Hunt running left. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Right, 97. Hunt. Yes.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 134 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
They'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
2nd down throw coming for Ritter. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And this brings up a 3rd and goal. Looking to throw it here, Ritter. And that is incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down as the Cincy defense stands up on 3rd. Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal. He had his lone attempt blocked earlier. Hopkins' kick is good, and that gets him back within 10. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier, and this time there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they all string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. They go play action with Burrow. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Sutton. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 24 yards the gain there, another 1st down as well.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the kick.
Now Burrow loses the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand. Put it away. Tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Opposite, green, black block, set, go.
Ritter now. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And he is going to have the Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
1st down. Here's Ritter. A quick throw there is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Here's 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Ritter. And his throw is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Ritter to throw it. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That gain on third down, good for 28.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Ready?
Looking to throw once more. Here's Ritter. Right back to Njoku. We got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. 2nd and 9.
Check pink.
Bootlegging out here. Ritter. Oh, into a sea of defenders, had intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Well, CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And they're going to speed things up here.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 17-yard line.
Now it's Burrow. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And he is caught. And he'll be forced out of bounds on the other side of the field. A big play there for Cincinnati. And even 40 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
This quick pass complete to Sutton. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Open man, and again it's Sutton. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You are watching the NFL. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the 4th. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll give it to Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone for Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals extend their 4th quarter lead, and they are closing in now on a 14-win campaign. And McPherson on for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Number 85, David Njoku. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Ready.
Ritter will set up to throw it. Oh, he
dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down. You know, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Ready?
Ritter throwing on third down.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up fourth.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front seven. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Ready? Go! Check, huh?
Fourth down, big play. Here's Ritter.
Throw left side complete. That's Powell.
And he's going to pick up the Browns' first down on what will be a big play there on 4th and long. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. They've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passer we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, the coverage was tight that time. They allowed the pass underneath to him, but they rallied to him pretty fast, too. Converged on him and got him down. That'll bring up 4th down.
Going for it on 4th down. It's Ritter.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Burrow will throw. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown. Cortland Sutton from 19 yards away.
And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead is now 24.
17.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it.
The Browns offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC.
Well, here we sit, Week 17. Just one more week in the regular season after this one. So if you're one of these teams trying to make a move and improve your spot or jump in from the outside, Charles, you better make that move now.
And these final games are often a good barometer for all those teams fighting for position or a wild card spot. They have to be able to get the job done these last 2 weeks before things get even tougher when the playoffs officially begin.
His second catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's 2nd down.
Out of the gun, here's Ritter.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Sam Hubbard
just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. This offense so far on third down, they're hitting it just 30%, 3 for 10. This will be 3rd and 15. He'll fire deep, looking for more. It got his man, complete. A big play that time for Cleveland. 41 yards.
To get back in this ball game, big plays are going to be necessary. And here's one right on cue. Coming up with 3 scores here in the 4th is not going to be an easy task. But that's good work there to bite off a chunk of...
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Bengals are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
And they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Here we go.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
Here we go.
They'll try to eat some clock with Mixon. And some nifty running here as they take this across midfield and down to the 47. 70 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
Gun.
Burrow going for it on 4th. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Bengals first down. And they calibrate a big one there to keep the drive moving and then some. They get 25 yards out of that one. And that'll be good enough for Cincinnati first. They have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start. And pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the 4th quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
They probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's a run with Mixon. Call it a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and goal.
Mixon trying to punch it in. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, it almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers
and let's get this one in.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
The Browns drive about to get started.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's it.
Nobody do it better than me, not incredibly. I do this competitively, uneditably. These falling silent when I walk up in the building. Worry about their future like I'm here to snatch their children. That line was brilliant.
Never leave the house without the pack. Where my at? Take an L and try to double back. We ain't doing that. Say she mad, but I know it's cap. I've been through with that. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. 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 I ain't got it, but they hands to the ceiling. I ain't palm reading, but I got them in they feelings, yeah. Ain't vanilla ice, but I'm iced out chillin'. Was the good guy till they made me the villain. Was gonna get a room, but they gave me a villa. I got game, Sports Center. 20 bands for the dinner. 20 dips in a Sprinter. What's a Never been afraid to play my cards. What's a risk to a winner? Barely hang out with these days. What's a lame to a real one? Never leave the house without the pack. Where my at? Take an L and try to double back. We ain't doing that. Say she mad, but I know it's cap. I've been through with that. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. 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 Never turn my back on my guys when they need me. Gotta give respect for my job. It ain't easy. In a good mental state, and God is the reason. This is plain Jane season. Fresh up off the plane in Japan, I ain't leaving. They say seeing is believing. Well, here's a briefcase with $1 million even. This all week, no days off.